I knew it was perfect solution for me, for us, because of our family situation. Also the fact I didn't want to travel and I didn't want to go to a location for I don't know how many weeks. I knew this was never going to be an option. I wanted to do it at home. I wanted to be sitting on my own couch, sleeping in my own bed, playing with my baby, in her room, and I don't know, watching Netflix in the evening, to relax. And I knew this was the answer. So like when we found your website, like I got so excited because I knew this was the answer for us.
She jumped in very quickly and I had a little bit more time. So she started her fast maybe 10 days before I did. So I had a little bit more time to prep with food and making sure I was eating things as clean as possible. So for me, I felt like I had a little bit more prep time and she just dove right in. But we were eating fairly clean. Right. Leading up to that as well.
Yeah, and doing a lot of juices and doing a lot of like leafy greens. So like that's part of our like regular diet or lifestyle. So that wasn't like really much different, but I cannot stress how important it is, like being through the whole experience of the fast and pre-feed, fast, refeed, how important the pre-feed is to make sure you prepare your body. And that's what we try to do as best as we could. Of course, we made some little mistakes here and there. It wasn't difficult because we were doing the vegetables and the juices. So then switching from juices to water, it was much easier than we expected. Much easier than I expected, at least.
And I think it was all due with the preparation and how you prepared both of us for the process that made it the way it was, and by us following what you told us to do. I think that also made it much easier that we just listened to what you were telling.
Right, and also like you prepped us very well as to what we should expect when we start and like what's normal and what kind of feelings, thoughts, what kind of like symptoms in your body. So like we know, okay, that's normal. It will go away tomorrow, in 2 days. And it really happened, exactly the way you described it. So
I think it was, a little easier because you literally just grabbed like your gallon of distilled water and just slowly kind of worked at it through the day while you were doing everything you were doing other than cooking. So for us, I think it simplified things in a way. It was that part was actually much easier, and you could just focus on work and didn't have to get up to go take a snack or that sort of thing.
So like I personally found that I was like really looking forward to our daily check-ins, because then like they would answer all my questions and just have me get ready for the next day, etc. And I just like, I don't know, it was just like such an integral part of our daily routine, that it was just great.
I think for me, the challenge was lifting and going upstairs.
So the detox headaches and pains in the body, and then different symptoms sort of like starting to emerge. So that was like very interesting, and all the symptoms were welcome because I knew that the more symptoms I get, the better the healing process. But the headaches were challenging, I think on day, I don't know, whatever day at the beginning it was, but then they went away. But that was like, I was looking forward for the headaches to go away, definitely.
Yeah, so I did 12 days.
I did 18 days. Yeah, I loved it. I really loved it. And then I loved the symptoms. Like, I think the biggest thing for me was the like ear pain and sinuses pain, and that lasted probably for about like 8 days. Really, like, it wasn't like really very painful, but there were days that it was like more intense or less intense. It was always there, and then it just one day it just disappeared. So after like pains and symptoms every day for like a week, and then suddenly it went away.
Yeah, and you had like, you feel like something in your forehead and then the next morning it's gone.
Yeah, you could definitely tell which part of the body is healing. But like before and after is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I feel like I've got like my strength back.
Yeah.
Like both physical strength and my mental ability to think, and critical thinking that was a little bit challenging and foggy beforehand. Has certainly come back, and I feel so much better than before this whole process. I can't believe the before and after for me. I just feel like a different person. And,
same.
I'm taking on new things right now, and I can just manage all of it now. And I couldn't multitask so much. I was really struggling before.
Yeah. And like the biggest like aha moment for me, it was like going into the whole process. I had so many concerns, so many like fears, because oh my God, we have a little baby. Like, oh my God, I work full time. Like, how am I going to manage all this? You know, how am I going to continue? When I started, all of the concerns and fears just like went away, because it turned out to be so different. Like, none of it realized. It was so much easier than I thought it was going to be. So, and then I would say read about it, get educated, because it's not what you think it is.
I never expected to feel this good afterward.
Same.
I mean, I was in pretty rough shape, I think, before this. And it was an absolute game changer.
When you almost think like it's impossible, you know, and it's just, I don't know, your mood changes, you're happier, it's incredible. So we're vegan, but I felt like we lost the taste buds before the water fast. Everything kind of tasted bland, you know, unless you added a lot of spices, salt, you know, etc. I don't know, like vegetables and fruits, like they taste like so much more like, I don't know how to describe it. Everything tastes so much better.
Bolder and better.
Yeah.
They're like real flavors, and I've never felt vegetables tasting so good in my life. Some of these things that you may not have eaten so much in the past, but it tastes fantastic. Before the fast, when we tasted distilled water, it tasted weird. Like, what is this? But afterward, it tastes so
everything else tastes weird.
Yeah, like everything else tastes weird.
Something in the other water, and it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah. So that was extremely surprising. Yeah, we're just so grateful that we found you.
Yeah.
I don't know, what sort of angel guided us towards you, but you
changed
grateful.
our lives.
Yeah, and we will honestly, we will keep in touch with you like forever.